Hey there, everyone, and welcome back. So last time I showed you how I set up my monster spawner, and you can see it over there in the center. And I promised this time I would show you a bit more about how it works in action, and a couple of variations. So let's go ahead in. All right. So here we have the spawner. Just got to wait for a few things to fall down here. And by setting up this shaft here, they fall down and take quite a bit of fall damage, which means it doesn't take too many hits to kill them. And then you can get experience, pick up the loot. And having them fall onto this slab means you're down around their feet and can attack them, and generally they can't reach you or see you. Usually I'm getting more spawns than this. Not sure what's going on here. Hang on a sec. I didn't break a hole in this, did I? Nope. But so that's the idea. They fall down and are injured, and then you can kill off their last few hit points. I talked about variations. So one thing you can do, oops, as you can see over here, I've built it with two spawning layers. It's basically the same setup as the other one. The difference is that I've made two, and I just here, I'll break a hole in it so you can see. Come on. Did I switch this over? No. There we go. So let's pop in here and have a look. So you can see this layer up here, and we have the trapdoors, so that as they spawn, they'll wander around, and with the trapdoors in this position, they won't really recognize this as a fall, and they fall down. In this case, they fall down past the next layer to get to the water below. The waterfall part won't, since they're falling into water, that won't hurt them. They won't take extra damage. So you could set up a spawner like this with more than one layer and get more spawns that way without worrying about them dying on the way down if you wanted to avoid them dying. So here's the second layer, which is basically exactly like the first one that I showed you, except it's got another spawner overhead. This isn't exactly twice as efficient because of the way that spawning works. It basically kind of spawns through the chunk all the way down. And so if there's a monster, say, here already, it won't put another one up above it until that monster moves, more or less. So it's not exactly twice as efficient, but it does give you more. And then let me pop this back closed again. And then I will show you the bottom part here, which is a different variation. Okay. So with this one, what I did was set up the same shaft, but, oops, the shaft is taller. And so in this one, when they fall all the way down, it's more than 20, so they take enough damage that they die immediately. And despite that bone you saw on the ground there, oh, there we go. See, we have monsters falling down and dying. And so they keep falling down and dying. Now, because they die, you don't get the experience for killing them, so it's not an XP farm, but they do drop their loot, and most of their loot will actually go down through here. Here, let me get a little hole so you can see. So underneath the slab, I have hoppers, and each hopper leads into one of these chests. I have 4 hoppers to cover all areas of the slab, and as they fall and die, then they drop their loot in here. And basically, you don't have to do anything. You can just leave this for a while and come back to it later, and they will keep falling and keep dying, and the loot will keep piling up. All you have to do occasionally is empty out some of the chests. So if you want lots of gunpowder, or to make TNT, or you want lots of bones to make bone meal and grow plants quicker, or if you need arrows or whatever it is you need that monsters drop, you can get tons of it this way, and they'll just keep dropping. So those are the basic variations there. You can do more than 2 layers if you want, but as I say, it's not twice as efficient, and so 3 wouldn't be 3 times as efficient. So the more layers down, the less efficient it gets, but there's still a benefit for a while if you're willing to put in the work for it. But mostly I find the single layer is fine. There we go. Now we got some guys waiting. So they've fallen, but they're not dead. The creeper can't see me, so it doesn't explode. And they die quite easily because they've fallen far enough. So then I can go in and pick up all the loot. Oh. I'm not sure how. Oh, he must have wandered in from outside. Okay. Freaked me out for just a moment. Anyway, so that's the idea of the monster spawner. You don't have to use the spawners from the creative menu. You can do this in survival, and in fact, I'll show you one I built in survival next time. And I'll show you a little bit of one of my survival games. Anyway, thanks for listening, and hope to see you next time. Of course, if you've enjoyed this, please give me a like and subscribe. It helps to keep me going.